Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. My name is Cedric and today we are gonna talk about a Dutch beer. I know it's the Belgian Beer Brothers, but that's because I'm Belgian. The beer doesn't have to be. What can I say? Well, us Belgians, we do have a laugh about Dutch beer quite often, and there is this rivalry with Heineken, but of course that's just all fun and games, because the Dutch craft brewing world has become huge the past few years, and I do know a lot of Dutch great beers, just like I know a bunch of Belgian bad beers. Yeah, what can I tell you about this? We are gonna taste the Broeders, which translates to Brothers, by brewery Vandestreek, a 6% ABV blonde beer. I haven't had it before, so I'm very curious. And I've heard a lot about this brewery. They are from Utrecht in Holland. I thought they were a tiny family brewery, and well, technically they are, but I thought they were also quite small in their beer range. Boy, was I wrong. On their website alone, I counted 82 beers. Of course, that is counting all their specialty beers and their collaborations and all that. But still, dude, 82 beers. How huge is that range? Especially when you know that they've only existed for about 9 or 10 years. So the story about the brewery is two brothers, Sander and Ronald Vandestreek, start brewing at home in their kitchen, in their mom's kettles, and no, not in their mom's kettles, at one of the brothers' home. I believe it was in Lombok back in the days, and that's also where the name came from. So they have this beer called Broeders, but some people think, and I was one of them, I also thought that Vandestreek, it translates to from this area or from the neighborhood. And many people thought that this name was just to show like, hey, we're from the neighborhood, buy our beer. Apparently that's just the brother's name. So that's Sander and Ronald Vandestreek. They start brewing in their kitchen, and apparently they really have a knack for it, because they started out with a 20-liter installation, and within the first 3 years, between 2010 and 2013, they already ramped it up to 50 liters per brew. And in those 3 years they brewed over 100 batches. So that's practically one batch a week, give or take a few weeks and holidays. In 2013, Vandestreek starts brewing commercially. Now, this was always their intention, but those first 100 batches, they didn't go commercial because they just wanted to get the hang of it, get to know the ingredients, get to know the techniques, and let's say in 100 batches that you learn how to brew a decent beer. So in 2013 they go commercial, and right off the bat they launch 3 beers at the Utrecht Bierbrouw Festival. Their first 3 beers were the Dark Roast, the Festival Saison, which I haven't tasted yet, and this beer, Broeders. So it's among their first beers. Also that year they launched the Hop Art series. Now you'll notice throughout this video that they have launched several series, but they already started in their first year. They are hopheads, they love a good IPA, so they started the Hop Art series. Then in 2015 2 beers get added to the range, the Hop Art IPA and the Koper. And in 2016 they go full time. So up until then they still had their regular day jobs, but the brewery starts growing so fast and so huge that they decide to go full-time into the brewery. At that time, they actually don't really have a decent brewery, let's say. But also in 2016, they start designing, or they had designed their own brewery, and they start placing orders for materials. Also in 2016, the Playground series is launched. More about that in a minute. And they also hired their first full-time employee. So right off the bat, there are 3 full-time workers in there. The 2 brothers and 1 employee. In 2017, things actually start taking shape. In March, the kettles and the tanks and the bottling line and all the machines are delivered. And lo and behold, in May, like 5-6 weeks later, they are fully operational. I can't even imagine that. Being a brewer myself, 6 weeks to build a brewery and have it operational, yeah, that's utopian. But somehow they managed, and apparently they did something pretty well. Also at that time they launched the Playground non-alcoholic IPA. Now for the people that follow my Instagram, you will see that I have posted about this beer, and this is the only Vandestreek beer I actually knew and have tasted. I think I have 3 or 4 Vandestreek beers in my fridge. We will taste them all. But the Playground non-alcoholic IPA is the only one that I actually knew. And spoiler alert, I like it so much that I actually recommended it not just to my friends, but to my boss. Keep in mind, I'm a brewer. I'm always on the lookout for a nice non-alcoholic beer, and I recommended this beer to my boss. More on that in a later video about the Playground IPA. Now, more Vandestreek history. In 2018, they expand their regular lineup to 6 beers. Now, I just said that now they have about 82 beers. Of course, they don't have a regular range of 82 beers. Like I said, that's with all the specials and all the things. Because in 2018 they also start with 1 special brew a month. Well, it's been 4 years now, so that's 48 brews if they're consistent. Plus those 4, that's 54. Some specialties, some collaborations. Because they also do a bunch of collaborations, and they have a barrel room in which they age and ripen, barrel-aged beers. I've heard some good things about those, but I haven't had the pleasure of tasting them myself. So in total now they have a list of 82 beers in their portfolio, and no less than 13 full-time employees, and that is not counting the tap room, just the brewery. I've seen on their website they have 4 open job openings. Again, not counting the tap room, they also have openings. So I would say that things are going well for Vandestreek. Now, I wouldn't expect otherwise, because the guys know what they're doing, and they know so well that Ronald, he's not just a brewer, he's also a beer author. I've encountered him in several books, mainly Dutch beer books. He's a successful podcaster. Actually, my favorite Dutch spoken beer podcasts are by Ronald and some colleagues. They are Lullen over bier, translated to beer banter or yapping about beer, and Fuck Wine, which is a quite clear title. They talk about beer, they talk about breweries, they do it with a lot of humor and mainly a lot of knowledge. That's what I like. Also, Ronald Vandestreek has been declared Beer Man of the Year in 2021 by Dutch Beer Magazine. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't read the article yet, but every year they make a top 30 list of beer people. Yeah, Ronald made the cut several times, and now he was #1 Beer Man of the Year. That is, of course, on top of a bunch of awards for their beers. Now, talking about beer, like I do anything else in these videos, let's have a taste. One of those 13 employees is a full-time designer who designs the labels and stuff. Actually, this is a nifty system. They have printed cans with their background, and then they put paper labels on it. Vandestreek Broeders. Actually, I haven't read this can yet. I kind of forgot, so this is a first for me too. This beer is about brotherhood. Celebrate life with your brothers. With everything and everyone around you, you are connected. Look, taste and feel it. Ingredients: water, barley, wheat, hops and yeast. Now, I have read that this is a wheat beer, but I'm happy to read that this is a barley and wheat combined beer. So it's not a full wheat beer. Okay. Let's see. I actually thought that these guys were specialized in non-alcoholic or low alcohol beers, but apparently I was wrong. I just only knew their alcoholic beer, non-alcoholic beers. This one is a 6% ABV blonde. Oh, that's fruity. Very floral, very flowery. Now, I forgot to mention, they call it blonde. In my eyes, I think this is an IPA. They have used Magnum, Sapphire and Hersbrucker hops. I personally only have experience with the Magnum. I know the Sapphire, I don't know the Hersbrucker, so I am very curious again. But yeah, it's very floral, very fruity, very sweet, but like fruity sweet, not syrupy sweet. I actually want to taste this. I almost sipped from the can there. Beautiful foam. I'd say this is a nice head of lovely white high density foam, and I actually expected this to be more clear, but it's apparently a hazy IPA. Dare I say New England IPA. It is very, very, very hazy. Nice golden yellow color. Nice white foam. This is actually a beer like you see them in the cartoons. Yeah, more of that aroma explosion. Very lovely. Surprising. It tastes a lot less sweet than it smells, which for me is a good thing, but des goûts et des couleurs. A lot more bitterness in there, very dry, which I love, you guys know that. Quite thin when it comes to mouthfeel. I'm not gonna say watery. It does have, even though you actually don't see any purling, any bubbles, well yeah, you see a little bit, but it's so hazy that you hardly see anything. Yeah, you see a bit of purling. But it has some CO2, but it's quite thin in the mouthfeel. Has a nice bite. Not too much alcohol in there, which is a nice, which is nice from time to time. The sweet scent went down. Mainly floral now, a bit flowery still. Yeah, I really like this. This is a light, lovely IPA. I haven't had an IPA in a while actually. Yeah. And I do like that this is comes across as a New England IPA, but it's not just all fruity and grapefruit and citrusy. No, it's mainly, it's a bit its own style. It has its own character with the floral taste, a bit violet in there. Also very drinkable. Yeah, I see me drinking this on a hot summer's day on a terrace in the sun. I know I've said that before, but yeah, this is another one of those beers. I have said that with different styles though. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I believe we are hitting the 15-minute mark somewhere, and I think I've said everything that I had to say about this beer and the brewery and the brewer. So yeah, guys, if you get your hands on these, as usual, try it out. I like it very much. Not like that Cara Blonde from the day before yesterday. Of course, you will have to like a bitter floral IPA and don't expect anything citrusy or fruity, but that's exactly what I love about it. As usual, questions, comments, remarks, leave them down below. I will get back to you on those. If you like this video, like it. If you didn't, then don't. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you'll get notified when I upload something, which should be every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, although I am considering making it 2 a week because I'm having a very busy period in the near future. But you guys will notice when that time arrives. So with that, I am going to leave you guys, and I will see you again Wednesday. Cheers, you guys.